touch the stars when we are happy where we are? Why do we need to touch the stars when we are happy where we are? Why do we need to touch the stars when we are happy where we are? Why do we need to touch the stars when we are happy where we are?
Good morning. Hopefully I've got this one right. I'm here using BeLive and streaming to mytimetv.live, Ros Boundy page on Facebook, Hypnosis Plus with Ros page on Facebook, and YouTube as a simulcast. So I think I've got all that right. And here we are. Good morning to you, Fiona. And it's just a tad late, just a little bit late. Not too far. And oh, goodness gracious, apologies for that. I just had a tweak in my wrist, which was interesting. Now, we're here for our daily card reading. I have the cards spread out, as you can see there in that little picture in the corner. And it is the usual Lenormand deck. Now, I am going to switch the cards around. Remember that this is a general card reading only. It's not anything that's an individual for you reading, but it is actually for you, as well as for me, in that factor of turning your own intuition, turning your own psychic senses on, so that what you're getting is from your space, your heart space, to the messages that you're receiving. Get yourself some practice in being able to open up for your own self, what you can interpret, receiving those messages. We've just lost that skill. As when we were brought up, it was just something that was, I wouldn't say knocked out of us, but it just wasn't something that was taught or encouraged. Those invisible little friends, we were told, no, just go and play, that type of thing. So bring that feeling back of what your connection is to that essential spirit connection. Okay, switch them around. And we've got Kathy has joined us already as well. Good morning to you. And we've got Sarah finally watching from your laptop. Yes, I find anything that I do is so much easier from the bigger screen because, well, I suppose the eyes are a little bit like not quite what they used to be. Good morning, Karen. And we've got Tracy here. We have Karen again as Karen Cartwright. And a gorgeous picture there. I love the colours in that. Beautiful. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, I just noticed that. Have a look at the colour in the background of that picture in the corner. Up there on that little sticky note that's there. Lovely colours, aren't they? That beautiful purple. And I did choose that because in this picture, in what we've got here, we have the gorgeous colours of the really light lilac purple there. It's the reason why I chose this colour as that background this morning, because my eye went to this card first, and that's one of the tricks, one of the ways that I'll first let my vision relax and feel which card is pulling me to it as my focal point for the day. And that's what I've done with the flowers. That is the card that I know for me is going to be important. And its interpretation, the feelings will get around it. So what we've got, it is the Lenormand deck that is artwork by Ciro Marchetti up the top. It's called a Gilded Reverie, if you would like to buy this one yourself as well. And it's the expanded edition. Okay, so I'll just put that out and over the side. And, oh, hi, Kat. Yes. Whoops. I've got a slip happening there. Wow. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's just the way that synchronicities happen, isn't it? Is it your favourite colour? Because I really do love the favourite colour and nice double numbers. Yes, yes, yes. We do have with the nines and that. Look, there's so much that we can open ourselves to in the messages that we're receiving throughout our day. You can tell I'm tired. I had a late night last night. tell, just those things that pop in that are so totally unrelated to the tools of a card, that we actually are receiving very many little minuscule messages throughout our day, that it is our connection to spirit that's guiding that. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do first we do the card layout. So this one here is the workspace. This here is our home space for those who are new. And that's the unexpected card at the top with the bouquet. We've got your role as the 4th position card, which is the stars, of course, and we've got the stork there in the outcome. So it's good to see, like, all these 4 there on that side we haven't had for a while, really. I mean, we might have had the stars from, but this one has been in several of the readings lately. So it's bringing forward that solid foundation, that stability, and that here we are, we're planted, we're going to grow and be in one place at one time, obviously. With the tower, it is in that workspace energy. So it's bringing that stability, and look, you can actually build up on this base. So some of those beautiful ideas and the brainstorming that we've been doing and the action that we've been putting into place is taking its stance in a way, it's firm foundation type of thing. So it's actually starting to, almost like planting a root of a tree, but this isn't tree, this is tower. So it's actually a little bit more of our own work effort and skills that are going to be building up on that to create that is our tower, without it being too tall and lopsided. Because if you really look, it depends on the angle that you're looking at this one as to whether it's going to look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or whether it's going to Pisa, or whether it's going to be just that beautiful straight construction that we're wanting to create ourselves in that respect. So, having that focus that it's going to be that goal that we want in the end for our workspace, and have that growth in the way that we want it. So that's keeping an eye on that. And it is the direction that it's going to be for now, and moving into that energy as not the as if, but knowing that it is. It's just is. So we have our tower, our stability there. There could be a few little incidences where we're going to need to go through some government departments or things like that. That's places of authority, because it's one of the other types of meanings that this card can be as well. But that's part of what we do if we're working in our own business or something. There's sometimes regulations and requirements. So there could be some of that to build on as well in your workplace or your own business, whichever you have. And Kathy, you've been feeling uneasy interior this morning, but can't work out why. Look, we have got, and this could be something that is going to be meaningful for you. Where does your eye go? Sometimes it is just that letting go and having things move on, which is what we've got here in our home space. So the coffin is there as a release, as a letting go, as the energy of having things pass on. And we don't need a particular part of something that is in and around us in our lives now that actually is in that dying or death phase. Look, it could be that there's an actual death in the family. And do remember that we're not just a final that's it here on this earth. It is, we move on to a next entity of sorts. None of us actually know in an absolute fact, because it's difficult to come back to let us know, but it does happen. As we had last night, had an adventure last night with doing some paranormal investigation, and it was a lovely evening. It's all that sometimes we get told, nah, death is the last and the end of it and all that sort of thing, and yet actually in some, no, it's not. That's very strongly my belief from my own evidence of what we can actually feel for ourselves. Love those hearts. Thank you, Fiona. we feel for ourselves, we feel for others in sadness and grief and all that is. And that can be just in having, and grief and sadness isn't, and tears, like you're saying, you're not sure what it's for, Kathy, but it can be even for things that we've felt we've lost or missed out on. We have grief in many different ways. It's not just because someone has died. It can be because we've had a total change of life and we're grieving what was, left behind. We are going to need to grieve something, but in that experience, we are moving on, growing and challenging ourselves to continue to be that discovering phase of who we are, because we never fully, completely understand ourselves even, really. It's just an adventure. I mean, I'm finding that as I'm moving along in my life, and I'm starting on this not second trimester, what do you call it? Third one. At 60, I've probably got, maybe 30 more. So, that's why I call it a trimester. 30 or more years left. So, it's not the end. And in even that, as much as, where I've come from my childhood and upbringing and moving forward in my life, there's many things that I've learnt along the way that I've still not got there as far as completely knowing it all, even though I've got a partner sometimes. We had a discussion and I don't know, it was just something along the lines of, I asked him, well, do I come across as a know-it-all sometimes? And, all that sort of discussion we can have sometimes. Well, sometimes it is, but it's not in the arrogant way and blah, 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 blah. It's just we do keep challenging ourselves. That's why there's emotions about us. So, and you do keep feeling your mum. Well, look, if that's the feeling that you're having, move into that on a conversational level with your mum. It doesn't matter if she's here or not. There is still the ability to be able to sense, even if you can't sort of hear in the real sense of this is my voice and you're hearing it, and that you're not hearing your mum that way. You're obviously moving into that sensibility, sensitivity, that empathic, that knowingness of, mum's around. And that doesn't even matter if it's, if our family, if those we're connected to are still alive, we still can feel each other's energy. And it doesn't mean we have to be dead to actually communicate with them on that, what's the term, like a telepathic level. So, it's all of that sensing that we have. Oh, great. So you're going to ring up. Whoops, I hit the wrong comment too, by the way. You're going to ring her after. Well, there you go. So you're sensing things about what is close to you, the people close to you. And obviously, if you're going to ring your mum, she is still this side of life, not the other side of life. So it's wonderful that you can connect. Take those sorts of feelings as the cues, and I'm feeling that's leading into this beautiful bouquet of roses. Well, is it roses? It's flowers, tulips, whatever. It's that love that we share. Now, this in the bouquet, in the unexpected, it could be that she might be ringing you as well. And it's that shared recognition of what is important to us. I'm just trying to move my hand angle there. Because the bouquets, we share a message of love when we're gifting flowers. That's my feeling around them, because it's just throughout my whole life, mum, that's the way that my mum, it's the way that she's always loved receiving that acknowledgement of love. If anything, as far as a gift, it was always going to be a bouquet of roses, a beautiful arrangement of flowers, in the native flowers. It was every birthday, it was always, for as long as I can remember, there were flowers that was part of that gifting and exchange. And it's just a beautiful message that was always in there, and it was that love shared. So that's what I'm feeling. Even though it's not the hearts, it's actually the heart card. It still represents heart love to me. And it does recognize it is part of that recognition of another that we give, share. as a reward at times too for a job well done. So I'm feeling it's either we'll be receiving or we'll be giving this throughout our day. So and it really was what was there, even self-acknowledgement for I'm feeling something. If I'm bringing it up, I'm feeling like undervalued, underloved, and that is on myself. That's my self-analysis and sort of thinking, no, actually, it was a beautiful night last night. I woke up beautifully refreshed this morning. I have a sneaky feeling I got one of the ghosties tagged along I need to deal with, but it's not an overall, fearful thing or anything. It's just, God, I should have known. And things like that crop up as a self-doubt. And I'm looking at this card and it's why my eye went to it, in that, no, I am worth it. I have beautiful skills and abilities that I can use for others and bringing across different messages, or actually helping some of the spirits cross over that have got lost. I mean, I'm discovering all of this as I'm moving through my day and moving through my life and getting the inkling of the pathway I'm treading. If you can understand that for self, I mean, dig into all of that for yourself. What am I actually doing here? Because one of the biggest questions in life really is, why am I here? And we do all ask that question. I'm damn sure we all ask that question of ourselves at times too. So, and oh, sorry, I've missed these comments because I'm so busy talking, chatting with you. Yeah, and I've been told that too. Gee, you talk too much, Mum. Yeah, she's of your hope still. Just share that love. It really does. Yeah, beautiful. Lovely to see that though. And Fiona, so true that you reminded your niece after 12 years, your heart's pumping the same. Never stop sharing. You could feel sad. Yeah, feel sad at some times. Yeah. And it's okay to feel sad at times. There isn't, there's not a right and a wrong about this one. And united, whoops, my finger slipped off that. So sorry for that. Oh, beautiful macrame there. So united. And Sarah, yeah, you deserve flowers every day for what you do. Thank you so much, Sarah. But hey, each and every one of us do. So you deserve it too. So give yourselves the pat on the back and that gift of the inner bunch of roses, the inner, whatever flowers you love, what your beautiful bouquet is. Bring it to the center of your heart and feel that all day. But also, as you're feeling that, gift it out again as well to those who are around you and share how much you love them. Sometimes it can be, difficult, but do share that. I'm just thinking if I've got siblings too, that I should be, practice what you preach. It can be hard, I can tell you. Every family has them. Situations and relationships, don't we? Now we've got the card 16, the star in our role. So it is that, to me, the bright shining star, it's the first thing that comes to mind really is that first star I wish, the first star of the night, which the one that you wish upon. And now I can't even remember what the saying is. No, you're going to have to remind me, anyone out there. How does it go? First star I see tonight, wish upon the star tonight. Nah. Anyway, nursery rhymes are wonderful when you remember them. It's all the potential that can be. You look at the myriad of stars that we see on a beautiful, clear night, and it can keep me enthralled for ages. And I have spent ages just out with my head up, looking at the stars and contemplating the possibilities. And that's what I feel with the star today. So just continue to contemplate the possibilities that are in your life, the choices that you can make. And if we usually do have our attention drawn to the one that's the brightest, the one that twinkles the most, sometimes there's a star that just has a multitude of colours that seem to sparkle and sparkle and sparkle. Or it could just be the steady brightness is the one that you're seeing. Each and every one of us has our attention drawn to a specific something. It's what our inner juices are telling us is going to be our pathway. Look at me, look at me. This is for you. I'm for you. So take it that way that we do have our own individual pathway to follow, our own star to shine under. And I'm feeling that your star's going to shine today. And make sure it does too. Just feel the energy of that and what the possibilities are for you for today. Because as far as our outcome goes, there is change. It is happening. We're in that process. We've had those ideas come forward that's building our tower, and we've had that in several positions. We've had so much that on our inner self as well that we've had the change. It's not just about what you can gather out and about in the physical to bring into your nest, being your home, to actually, tizzy it up how you want to all the time. It's because we're actually, we're not alone in this. This is a partnership of a pair of storks creating their home. They are nesting. They are in that absolute center of creativity and just building it up. There's a nest that's building, the home, the change that's happening. There is the potential of what's going to be in that nest with what eggs, what babies they're going to create, what is coming forward. It feels to me that movement forward with anticipation and yet not knowing what that's going to be. Because how do we know what's the certainty of what's coming forward tomorrow? We actually don't. We can predict, we can see some signs, we can get the guidance and messages as we do and move our energy forward into that space in anticipation, but it's not an absolute that we know absolute, this is definitely going to happen, because there could be something else that creates that change and movement to a different direction, but it doesn't make it wrong. What we're sitting in now as our space and place in this nest, this home space, this work energy, it is right now absolutely perfectly correct and where we're meant to be. What we come forward for tomorrow is we do build our nest in anticipation for what is next. We do plan and move our energy forward for what is anticipation for what is next, and looking at what our potential is. Oh, man, be open to all things and the guidance that we get, knowing that whatever we're doing is perfect for us at every moment. With that, and knowing that with absolute certainty, and congratulations for who you are. But honestly, we don't need to be satisfying anyone else around that congratulations. It just is that we are living our wonderful lives in wonderment, really. Wonder what's next, wonder why we're here, wonder what I'm actually meant to be doing. It's all of those questions we can ask ourselves, but it's the actual energy vibration moving into it and doing and just enjoying and loving what we're doing. It doesn't have to be in happiness all the time or anything. We're here to experience absolutely every emotion too, which is why allow that, Kathy, as far as the teariness and the emotion and the feeling. Ring mum, like you've said, you're going to ring her afterwards. Connecting with other people. So here we go. Oh, wonderful. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I might have this wish I wish tonight. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Love that. And if it's going to be a clear night tonight, I'm going to go out there on evening and wait for it. Wonderful. Beautiful. Now, the other thing that I did too, because I knew I had to dust a little bit on a shelf that I have over there, or the cupboards, see where the light is. As I turned the light on this morning, there was a bit of dust laying around. I thought, nah, you buggers, I'm going to get you little dusty bits. So I did dust it. And part of the little display that I've got there, you can probably just see it. Let me see if I can point this there. See the tarot, and there's two sets of tarot there. I'm going the wrong way. And there is also, I can't move it. There's some other cards. And I thought, well, as I'm dusting around them, my eye really was tweaked to this one, the Shaman's Path. No, I've actually got to draw one of these. Lovely deck, absolutely beautiful deck. Have a look at them, like just those cards. Beautiful, beautiful decks. And I thought, well, what I would do is just to finish off today, I'm going to draw one of the cards. And what we have is the altar card for this morning. Just totally off the, spontaneity, living life spontaneously. And here is the card that I've had drawn to me, the altar. Now, on the back of these, there is actually some words as well. Now, I'm finding this hard to do that way. So what I'm going to do is leave that way, switch this around, and you can look at this while I'm actually saying the words, if I can read them. I discovered a couple of days ago I wanted to do my bob and lace work. Oh, no, I'll get my pillow out that's got the lace on it ready to go and start doing some more. I found my glasses are not good enough anymore. I've got to get my eyes checked. So if it looks like I'm squinting, it's because I need my eyes checked, get my glasses redone. So an altar. Oh, I'll sit back a bit. Oh, I can't find it. Where is it focused? So an altar is a setting with sacred physical objects that supports a spiritual focus. So if you haven't got one or something that you can create as a spiritual focus, I think it's actually giving us a bit of an idea we do need to have that focus. It doesn't have to be in a religious context, right? So set aside an area in your home or your yard and create an altar as a sacred space that encourages your spirituality and shamanic work. So it's having that focus that we can actually spend some time, put that time to spending it in that, close to your altar space. So your thoughts and intentions are then focused and powerful. And it does have an affirmation on the back of this one, and it's saying, my altar is a blessing that provides spiritual sustenance. So there it is, one really good close look. All right. So it is, I love that. That's a really nice card. And it's also reminding me too that I probably need to reset a space here now that I've come back. I'm back at home at Port Elliot after that last move that I made. And back last, was it last year or the year before? Time just goes so fast. And I haven't actually as yet set up my space that I would call an altar. It's up to you in whichever way you need to and feel guided to create that sacred space for you, that special area that is for you to meditate, to contemplate, to connect with your spirituality, but your spiritual connections. It doesn't have to be that you've got to do shamanic training for this or anything special with this. This is where you really are tapping into what is your intuitive senses and what is your core being at your soul level. And look, it is as easy as that, and it can be as hard as that too. So thank you, Kathy, that I've helped you on. It's one of those things, it's just sharing. Sometimes it can be just a matter of talking and sharing ideas and just allowing self to be open to what you're hearing and sensing and allowing them emotions and feelings to be manifest, because that's how we do experience our life. The ultimate, I feel, in anybody's life is learning from all of these experiences in whatever small way that we can, learning and growing and moving in our energy toward what it is we can be. So thank you, everyone. I know I've gone a bit longer than usual. I started doing these dailies as a 10-minute, and they've stretched to 15, and then they went 20. I'm not anticipating being half an hour every morning, but we'll see where the flow goes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spreading it out there that I'm doing these, and that there is replay. There's always going to be that replay there. That ability to go back and have a look yourselves, or guiding people to being able to watch this at any point in time in the day. If they can't be here at 8 o'clock in Adelaide time, there's any time in the day and any days it can be watched. So I love spending my time here doing this with you. You really do warm my heart with being here. Tomorrow I'll be scheduling the next batch of things. Tomorrow, excuse me, I probably will be using Be Live tomorrow. I am planning on heading up to the bay, to the shack for a short time. So I don't know how the presentation will be for the next few, whether it'll be a week or what. We've got a house sitter coming in, and etc., etc., So I'm not sure it'll be mobile. I know that. So there may be a bit of iffiness around which method I use, because I don't have the laptop anymore. It doesn't work at the moment. Okay, it'll be on, I'm not actually sure yet. So we'll see. That's part of the surprise, isn't it? So have a wonderful day today. And thank you, Fiona. I think I might have already put that up. So we'll leave it there, and tomorrow. Namaste until then. Bye for now.